It is nice to be here to do an oral presentation for the annual meeting of the Poultry Science Association. I'm Julian Melo, the presenting author of this work, which was done in the Universidad Politécnica of Madrid, Spain, and has as title Effects of Calcium Pidolate Supplementation on Performance, Calcium Phosphorus Retention, and Bone Development of Broilers Fed Low Calcium Phosphorus Diets. To do an introduction to the topic, I have to say that 1 in every 4 broilers can show poor locomotion. Welfare implications are serious, and also these affects the broiler's ability to access to the feeders and drinkers, which can have a negative effect on conversion and growth. On the other hand, pidolic acid was recently introduced in therapy of metabolic disorders of broilers in Europe, but have been used to improve calcium absorption efficiency in poultry since the beginning of the century. Current commercial diets for broilers contain excess calcium and phosphorus, and the negative impact of calcium on the availability of phosphorus and on the efficacy of phytase should encourage nutritionists to efficiently reduce the levels of these minerals to improve the efficacy of the enzyme and phosphorus digestibility. So, the effect of calcium pidolate supplementation on growth performance, calcium and phosphorus retention, and bone traits was studied in broilers fed low calcium phosphorus diets from 0 to 21 days of age. As I said before, the experiment was done in the facilities of the university with 800 chicks, randomly distributed into 80 battery cages. It was a completely randomized design with 8 treatments, with 4 levels of total calcium and phosphorus, and the supplementation or not of 300 grams per ton of pidolate. We will see the details of the diets in the next slide. There were 2 periods, and levels were 0.88 of calcium at the beginning and 0.63 phosphorus from 0 to 14 days, and then 0.73 of calcium and 0.73 of phosphorus from 15 to 21 days. And then we apply a reduction in the other treatments, reduction of 10%, 15%, and 80%. Sorry, 10%, 15%, and 20%. Measured traits were feed intake and body weight. And with that, we obtained the average daily weight and the average daily feed intake. Feed conversion was calculated for the periods, and mortality recorded daily to do the correction. At 14 days of age, total track up and rotation was determined for dry matter, organic matter, calcium, and phosphorus. At 31 days of age, weight, breaking strength, and elasticity of tibia were determined in 1 per cage. Here, it's talking about statistical analysis. Data were analyzed using a 2-way analysis of variance. Also, we did a linear and quadratic effect of the calcium and phosphorus level of the diet on all traits during two separate sets of data with a pidolate or without pidolate. Yeah, here we have a detail of the diets 100%, and the reduction of 10, 15, and 20% for the first period diet, and the same we did for the second period diet. Let's go to the results. First, we will see the results in performance. There were no differences in feed intake and growth. They were not affected by treatment, but we obtain an interaction between the levels and the supplementation for feed conversion. Here we show the linear regression, and we can see this also in the graphic of the left. Is the control and the reduction. So more reduction of phosphorus and calcium increases the conversion, and not happen the same with pidolate. So this is not significant, and this is significant. For the retention traits, for dry matter, organic matter, and calcium were not affected by treatment at 14 days of age, but it was significant for the retention of phosphorus for broilers fed the diet containing 85% of the levels, so reduction of 15%. So in here the graphics of the linear regression, we can see here a significant regression. So doing a reduction in phosphorus and calcium level, we obtain an increase of phosphorus retention, significant, and not happen the same in the control diets. In the bone traits, we didn't obtain any significant effect, but numerically, the breaking strength and elasticity of the tibia decrease as the calcium and phosphorus content of the diet decrease. And broilers fed without pidolate. However, in numerical terms, an opposite effect was observed in broilers for the supplemented pidolate diets. As we can see here in breaking strength, opposite directions, and the same for elasticity. Elasticity of the tibia increased by, say, 6.5% as the calcium and phosphorus content of the diet decreased in broilers fed the supplemented pidolate diets. Okay, here is the increase, but a reduction in elasticity happened in tibias of broilers fed the unsupplemented diets. As conclusions, we can say that a decrease in the calcium and phosphorus content of the diet impaired feed conversion from 0 to 21 days of age in broilers fed diets without pidolate supplementation, but no effects were observed in the supplemented broilers. Also, retention of phosphorus increased as the level of calcium and phosphorus of the diet decreased in broilers fed pidolate, but not in broilers fed the unsupplemented diets. So supplementation with 300 grams per ton improved conversion and retention of phosphorus in broilers fed diets with low total calcium and phosphorus contents. Inclusion of pidolate in the diet for broilers fed low calcium and phosphorus levels could be considered an important strategy to reduce feed costs and mineral excretion. So we encourage nutritionists to reduce calcium and phosphorus levels using molecules for more efficient use of phosphorus, and bone integrity. We want to thank Detection SAS company of France to help us to do this work. Please let me know any question, writing me an email.